What is good, y'all? It's coffee. Top of the morning, good afternoon, whatever the fuck time it is where y'all at, man. We're a quarter of the way into the NFL season. Well, just about, as week 4 just officially got underway last night with Thursday night football. Hit the comments. Let me know how your squad is doing thus far. Who you got this week 4, just whatever is going on, that you've been paying attention to in the NFL. If you've been enjoying the season, I'm turned up. Y'all know my Bills 3-0, dominating. It's our year. I know you heard it before, but it's for real, man. Getting rid of Stephon Diggs was the move, man. And we're getting into a real intriguing stretch in the season. I can't wait. But speaking of week 4 kicking off last night, man, Thursday night football, y'all saw what it was. The Dallas Cowboys, who doesn't matter what they do, man. When it comes playoff time, if they get there, they're going to choke, man. They're just choke artists for the past 30 years or so. And, last week we saw them almost come back, almost manifest that Tom Brady energy, that comeback energy with him in the booth during their game versus the Baltimore Ravens. They didn't get the dub in that one, but they got the dub last night against divisional rivals New York Giants. And it was a pretty good game, pretty intriguing game. I mean, Daniel Jones looked like ish to me. It was up in the air, though. I didn't know if the Cowboys were going to pull it off, but they did. Y'all see the highlights rolling and all that. Comment. Let me know your thoughts about the game last night. Who you thought played well. Whose performance you thought was something to behold. Just all your takeaways from the game. But, they didn't walk away from this game unscathed, right? Because that's a big part of the NFL every year, man. The injury bug. You don't want your squad to get bit by the injury bug. My Bills, man, we've been stacked year after year, but we've been consistently getting bitten by the injury bug. Although last year we saw the next guy up, step up and perform and, do the damn thing and do their job. But when the season went along, it was just too much almost, Like when it comes playoff time and you're going to have to go and get guys off the couch, you know what I mean, who haven't even been playing, but they're still, up on game planning and playbook and stuff like that. Like you get a dude off the couch to play, it's a problem. But the Cowboys, 2 big injuries to talk about. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence is expected to miss multiple weeks because of a foot injury he suffered last night. That's no good, man. They're already talking about multiple weeks just off rip, And then all-pro Micah Parsons did in fact suffer a high ankle sprain in last night's win over the Giants. And they're already talking about Parsons could miss 2 to 4 weeks with a high ankle sprain. I would bet no more than 2 games. It would not be surprised if it was just 1. That's just wishful thinking at the end of the day, for this Cowboys fan here. But 2 pretty big, substantial injuries in a divisional win. They get the W. They lose some players. That's rough, but that's not all we got to talk about injury-wise. In the Green Bay Packers upcoming game against the 3-0 Minnesota Vikings, which, man, how about Sam Darnold? Playing pretty solid with the Vikings, man. Kirk gone, it was a lot of questions. Who would start? How would things be looking, as the Vikings have been a solid squad. They got Justin Jefferson, signed him to the extension and all that. Who's going to be QB? And the next thing you know, it's Sam Darnold, who I thought Darnold's time had come and went, as a diehard Bills fan and, a guy obviously Josh Allen, one of the top quarterbacks in the league. When the Bills drafted him, everyone was acting like we were crazy. We didn't know what we were doing, you know. He's the man. He's the truth. The Super Bowl window is always going to be open if Josh is on the squad. I mean, there's a lot of other great pieces to the puzzle and all that, a lot of other big contributors and such that make the Bills such a great team. But I'm just saying, Josh is the truth. He's that dude, and you know it. And if you're trying to say otherwise, at this point, you're just a cold hater. You know, he's overcome everything and proves all the naysayers and haters wrong. Like, oh, he's got a cannon for an arm, but you know, he's too risky. He's this, he's that. Like, shut the fuck up. Josh is that dude. But Darnold was a guy that people were like comparing to Josh Allen, and it was just comical to me. But he's been doing his thing with the Vikings. Let me know what y'all think about it. But the Packers starting quarterback, Jordan Love, who has missed the last 2 games, right? But they won those games with the backup, Malik Willis. Is it going to be Malik again, suiting up for this big game against the Vikings? A divisional rivalry game, a big game? Or will it be Jordan Love? It's going to be a game time decision. So we'll have to wait and see for updates on that. Share your thoughts, about Jordan Love, about Malik Willis. He had a touchdown in each game, no interceptions, didn't put up exceptional numbers, but played pretty good and they won, you know. Could you see him like possibly, if like say Love doesn't play and Willis plays again and wins again, could you see like there being an argument for him to take over the starting role? Comment and let me know what you think. But another team with a lot of injuries we got to talk about is my homegirl Donna's squad, the Vikings. What's up, Donna? Good to hear from you in the comments. I've been seeing you commenting, congratulating my Bills. I always love talking with Donna. Much love to you, Donna. Good to see you're in good spirits, enjoying this NFL season thus far. But Donna's Eagles have a lot of injuries, man. But before we talk about those injuries, we got to talk about this hit here, which Khristian Boyd of the Saints. What up, Line the Don? That's your squad. I see y'all with Kyr starting off the season in a big way, putting a shellacking on, I think that was the Cowboys, man. He was fine for this hit on Devonta Smith, right? Who is now in concussion protocol and expected to miss some games, which that's one of the injuries that we got to talk about with the Eagles. But everyone's saying, should this have been a fine? Was this a clean hit or not? Like, listen, it is what it is. He led with the helmet to helmet contact. You're getting fined for that. You know what I mean? $4,600. That's light work. That's nothing coming out of an NFL salary. But all the other injuries, man. No AJ Brown, no Devonta Smith, maybe no Lane Johnson. Back at Tampa versus Buccaneers. Like, I don't know. What do y'all think about all these injuries? Also on the injury report, and I'm not saying all these guys won't play, but it's a hefty injury report this early in the season. Darius Slay, Landon Dickerson, Becton, Milton Williams, Devonta Smith, Lane Johnson, and AJ Brown. And like you said, Devonta Smith in concussion protocol. He may indeed miss that game. So Eagles facing a lot of injuries at this point. But let me know what you guys thought about that fine, that hit, if you thought he should be fined or not. Like I said, he led with the helmet. That's what's going to happen when that happens. But I see some people saying it's the ref's fault. Why didn't they whistle that play dead? I agree that play most definitely should have been blown dead, but you still just can't helmet to helmet like that, But how about this, man? Check out a veteran wide receiver, Paris Campbell, who didn't make the Eagle squad, right? He got cut and, ultimately joined the practice squad. He wasn't too big on that idea at this stage in his career. But now, with all these injuries, he might end up playing.
My pride was in the way for sure. And, once I did get let go, and they told me, yeah, my pride was in the way for sure. And, once I did get let go, and they told me, that they wanted me to come back on practice squad, I immediately was like, no, like that's not me. That's not for me. And then I went home, talked to my wife, obviously, prayed a ton. And I kind of shut the door on it. Like, I talked to my agent and he was like, do you want to do practice squad? And I kind of just shut the door. I was like, nah, like, I'm cool. Like, you can tell him no. And then more time went on, about a couple hours, and I was sitting there kind of just thinking about what would be next, if I would get a call from another team or if it was the end of the road. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of just going through, both of those possibilities. And I started praying, and I kid you not, like, I prayed to God and I told him, I said, if I'm meant to be here in Philly, I'll allow that door to open back up. And I kid you not, 10 minutes later, Nick called me on the phone. And, he was kind of just talking me through things and, like, we want you a part of the team. Obviously, it's not what you wanted to hear, but we want you here on practice squad. And, I immediately knew that I was supposed to be here because I literally just talked to my Lord and Savior about it. So, I don't mean to get all churchy on y'all, but that's like something that's...
So how about that, man? You hear what he said, man. It's God's plan, That's not what he wanted to hear. He was upset. He wasn't feeling it. He went home. He prayed on it. Came back, said, okay, I'm a practice squad member. I wonder what the practice squad guys make now. I think it was it 30K? I can't remember what they made weekly or annually, what the number was. I mean, it ain't millions, but it's still something, it's still some decent money. But I feel like, dudes feelings like, man, I'm someone who can contribute with a squad in the NFL. But, it don't always go that way. So he had to humble himself. He had to go home and pray. He said, I'm going to follow God's plan. And next thing you know, he got that call. He's on the practice squad. And here he is, looking like he's going to get called up, activated, and, could be a key contributor in this upcoming game against the Buccaneers with all the injuries. So there y'all have it. That's going to do it for this J Coffee Talk NFL blog. Hit the comments, everyone. Let's talk about all these topics. As always, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. We talk music news, we talk sports news, we talk a little bit of politics, even though that ain't my thing. We talk crime news, we talk a bit of everything, and it's always about talking with you out there, the good people of the blogosphere. So subscribe, hit the like button, but more importantly, join the discussion in the comments. Injuries, fines, Cowboys pulling out a W and getting some injuries, just a lot of different stuff to talk about as week 4 kicks off. And like I said, even if your squad isn't someone we highlighted in these news topics here, still interested to hear about your team, how they're doing, who they play next, just everything football 2024 NFL week 4 is here. Let's talk it all. I thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.